Good morning, y'all. How you doing? Welcome into Coffee Conversation with your boy Joe Lockett. I am live right now at the Filter Coffee Parlor with my cup of coffee. Now, this cup of coffee here is I think it got a touch of butterscotch in it, some salt, and it's coffee. But you can only get it here. Come here to talk to my boy Jeremy. He'll take care of you. This is some of the best coffee in the world. How y'all doing this morning? Y'all good? On today's show, I got on today's show. I got the beautiful, sensational Lisa Craig. She's in the building, y'all. She's sitting here next to me. We gonna bring on camera in a little while, but before we get into that, grab your coffee. Y'all know how we do it on Wednesdays. It's the middle of the week. Let's sit back, relax. And I want to talk to y'all real quick before I get to my beautiful guest. I want to talk to y'all about Valentine's Day. Right? It's Friday. I'm single. I'm happy about that. I ain't got to buy no gifts. I ain't got to go to no long lines. But I want to ask this. I'm going to sound a little bitter. Ladies, is Valentine's Day, does it hold the value that it used to? Are you excited to go on Valentine's Day with your boo? You know, on that, get that present, that basket from the street, the chocolate from, Walgreens. Are y'all really excited about that? Is your man really planning, or do your man, or do your husband, or do your boyfriend actually really plan that Valentine's Day that you want when you get off work? Does Valentine's Day do we really need to celebrate Valentine's Day? I'm just asking, or is it just something we go through just to say we're doing something? I may sound like a Scrooge on this, but I'm gonna go out and say a little bit, at the end of the day. I think it's overrated. Thought it was when I'm married. I think it is when I'm single. Y'all hit me up in the chat box where y'all gonna light me up on that party. I don't care, but let me know. What do y'all think? Ladies, do you look forward to spending Valentine's Day with your man? Are you looking forward to what he's going to get you? And I also need to ask y'all this. Is Valentine's Day for women or is it for the relationship? I really want to know that, right? Because should the woman get the man a Valentine gift too? Or is the man just supposed to do everything on Valentine's Day where he honors the woman for Valentine's Day? Is an honorarium of my wife or my girlfriend, or is an honorarium of us? Am I supposed to put in all the work and you put in none? And that's just supposed to be it, and you're supposed to be happy with it? You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to go do all this stuff. I'm asking y'all. Get in the chat box. Let me know. I might get in trouble for it.
I may want in on this one.
But I'm just asking. Real talk. Is Valentine's Day just for women or ladies? Do you think you should do something for your man because he works hard too? It's a couple's day. It's two sides to that heart. It's two sides to that love. You know what I'm saying? It's like, the heart does this here, right? It ain't just, you got her over there. You know what I'm saying? I think both of y'all should do something. So, because you always do this little thing right here, right? I do this right here. So you should be like, come together. Just a thought. It's your boy Joe Lockett, just having a cup of coffee with you, making y'all a little bit mad early this morning. Or either got y'all thinking, fellas, chime in, let me know what you think. Do you think your woman, right? Grab the cup of coffee, man. Come on now. Talk with your boy. Do you think women should celebrate Valentine's Day with you? I ain't talking about go out on a limb and buy me some flowers or something, but, give me a kiss, give me a hug before I even give you anything, just to show me the appreciation that you love me on Valentine's Day. It ain't about the gift for me. It's just showing me and letting your boy know that, hey, I like you a little bit, baby. Appreciate what you've been doing. It's, second month in the year, but, I love you. Wouldn't that be nice, fellas? Just asking. With that being said, hey, y'all put it in chat. Let me know what y'all think. I read some of your comments and I answer you guys back. I know probably most of y'all are probably may not be agreeing with me. But this is one thing y'all will agree with. This person I'm about to have a conversation with while I sip my coffee here at the Filter Coffee Parlor, Miss Lisa Craig. She's a good friend of mine. And there's a story that we're going to tell here today on this show, y'all, that a lot of people have never, ever heard. This woman is behind some of the most phenomenal things here in Birmingham, Alabama. And she's behind some of the most phenomenal things that you guys use on a daily basis. Not only that she's a phenomenal wife, mom, grandmother, right? Friend, you know what I mean? She's all of that. And people don't even know this woman. You know how you said people behind the scenes that move mountains? Well, Lisa Craig I can definitely call her my friend, but she is one of those people that has been moving mountains for years. And I've been trying to get her on the show. I've been in radio going over 12 years. I barely could get on my radio station. I think I got on maybe one time, maybe. But she's finally here with coffee and conversation with your boy. So let me go ahead and get over with this conversation with my girl, the beautiful, the sensational, adorable Miss Lisa Craig. How you doing this morning, baby?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am awesome. You're looking beautiful and lovely and all that stuff.
Thank you.
You know, my voice dope.
It sure is. But can I chime in on that question real quick about Valentine's Day?
Wait a minute.
I mean, I can't leave that on the
Wait
table.
a minute, y'all. See,
I think I want in on
this
that.
is why we having conversations. Did y'all not understand that? Did y'all not hear that intro that I gave her? But go ahead.
All right. So
Go ahead.
I believe that love should be celebrated daily. Okay. And I believe that it should be a two-way street.
Oh, okay. This going
And
well
I
so far.
believe that the ladies should celebrate their man just as well as the man should celebrate their woman.
Okay.
And you sound a little, I don't know. Did he sound a little bitter?
I didn't know how that was going to go, right? Because I
a
was
little
start
bit.
saying I believe the children are our future over here.
No. But yes, you should receive words of affirmation. You should receive, you should know before Valentine's Day that your woman loves you.
Yes.
You should feel that appreciation.
Yes, I agree.
This one day is just the icing on the cake.
I agree with it. I totally agree. I thought you was going to be on the side like, bruh, this is our day.
Nah, it's about the couple.
Okay.
It's about both.
Okay.
So it should be a two-way street.
Well, if y'all are just hearing, we very rarely agree, but she agreed with me on something here. I appreciate that.
Finally.
I'm surprised. She's in the building, y'all. Miss Lisa Craig. Now I talked about you moving mountains and everything, and I'm gonna tell a small story.
Okay.
That a lot of people don't know. There wouldn't be a Joe Lockett show if it wasn't for Lisa Craig. That is very, very true. This obnoxious butthole of a guy that you guys see now, I was not that guy. When I'm going to sort of kind of, you discovered me sort of kind of. She gave me if not my first, one of my first opportunities in speaking. I think you put me, was it the pageant you put me in? I was a judge. And I was a construction guy.
H2G husband.
I was H2G. I repaired what your husband wouldn't.
Husband or boyfriend wouldn't.
Wouldn't. Yeah. That was the slogan. Did you know it? Yeah, the $25 husband, right?
Yes.
I think she maybe saw one of my commercials on TV or whatever. But the beauty about you is you see something in people that they don't see in themselves. And I'm gonna let you tell that story a little bit. That you saw this little knuckleheaded guy doing this thing on TV, and you saw something else. How did that go for you?
So I think that the world knows Joe Lockett, but I saw Joe. And in that, I saw a platform where, and I believe because men, especially African-American men, are often beat down by society. And my desire is to build men up.
Yes, you do.
My desire is for men to know their value, and I saw value in you.
Wow.
So he's so hard on the outside, and he's gonna make his jokes or whatever. But just in our conversations, I saw a lot more. So we birthed Superman in the city.
We did. Yes.
And that was another platform where we honored men and we celebrated these men. We gave them certificates. We fed them. We partnership.
Yes.
It was a community where other people could see that same value.
Yes.
So, I just want to tell you, I'm proud of you. And yes, it took this long to get here because I'm that behind the scenes girl. I love my voice, but I like to be behind the scenes. So it's different for me to be in front of the camera.
When I have always asked you to come, like, Joe, I'm coming, right? And then you go silent, right? You go radio silent on me. Joe, I'm busy. Joe, we're going to get together. But one thing I can say, and I would say this to you as a friend before we get into your story here, Chief always answered my phone call. She's always answered my text messages, whether we didn't talk for a year, 6 months or 3 months, whenever I did call, you always answered my phone call. And I want to thank you for seeing more in me and actually putting me on a platform to show me that I could do more, because I didn't know that I could do more. At the first event that you had put me on, I was a judge. I was a judge I think a beauty contest, and I met now one of my dearest friends at that beauty contest, which is Boswell. Right? People see all his photos and everything of that, right? Because I didn't have a headshot. It's a long story behind that, but that's where I met him because of you. That started the journey with Sandra and Melville and all of that. So behind the scenes, and I have to say to you, thank you, because I don't know if I would have ever. I think I would have went on to greatness, but I don't believe I would have went as fast as I would have or seen it as much if you hadn't did what you did. Because my mind was on like TV. I didn't realize I had the radio, being a judge, and all this other stuff in me. So thank you for saying that. And so I know you've done this for a lot of other people. But let's get into your story. Your voice is dope, right? It really is, right? I think I have a really good voice, but I don't have a dope voice. So I want you to break down because your voice is dope, and I keep saying it for a reason, guys. Hallmark picked her up, right, from a story that she wrote, and it became your voice is dope. So tell me, sis, and because I don't know this story, so I'm hearing it with everybody else. Tell me, what is Lisa Craig? Your voice is, even though it's really, 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 really dope, but what is your voice is dope?
So my voice is dope is a story that I wrote in a dark season of my life. I battled with depression, and life was lifing. And I used to sit at home, and I kept telling myself, I know that there's much more for me. I know that God has a plan for me. I understand that there's purpose in my pain. So I started journaling. I started writing. I was watching TEDx videos for inspiration, for encouragement. And during this season, it birthed a book in my life.
Wow.
Pieces of Me Revealed. It birthed that story, My Voice is Dope. I submitted the story to Hallmark Mahogany. And it took about 9 months later, significantly 9 months. Okay. Now we know women carry babies for 9 months, so it's birth. So on February 29th of last year, my story, My Voice is Dope, was published by Hallmark Mahogany. You can go to Hallmark Mahogany's website and type in My Voice is Dope, and you'll find that story.
Wow.
It's a story of overcoming. It's a story of someone whose voice was trying to be silenced, but that small voice was loud enough to be heard. And I want the whole world to know that your voice is dope. The same way with you, that when I saw that in you, and I saw an opportunity, I saw a person that other people needed to hear. And behind the scenes, I pushed you.
You did.
So I try to help everybody that's around me, anybody that I have an opportunity to cross paths with, to understand your voice is your superpower.
You always tell me that.
Your voice is your superpower.
She tells me, calm it down sometimes, Joe, but the voice is your superpower. She always tells me that.
But, you know, if I have an opportunity to encourage somebody, I want to encourage you. If I have an opportunity to inspire somebody, I want to inspire you.
I got to get into your story, sis. Okay. I can't let you go. I know you're telling it. We're going to let you roll with it.
Okay.
But I want to back up a second here, right? I heard something. I don't know if y'all heard this. You said that you were being silenced. What does that mean? Who was trying to silence you? Why did you feel you was being silenced?
So sometimes when people don't want to hear the truth, or when people don't want to hear right, they try to shut you up. That can be in corporate America. That can be in personal situations. Okay. So in corporate America, in different scenes, when I tried to express, various things, it didn't want to be heard.
What did you think you was silenced because you were a Black woman, or you just think because you was a woman? Why did you think you was being silenced?
I just think it because it was right. And sometimes people, it doesn't have to be about color.
Okay.
Some people just don't want to hear right. but there was something
I
inside
like
of
that.
me still pushing me to say, you're right. This is right.
Okay. I
You
like
know,
that.
I had an employer to tell me, you know, I don't think you view yourself as the leader that you can be. I didn't receive that because that's never been my issue. I was born to be a leader. When I was a little girl, my uncle told me, you're like the Pied Piper, you draw people.
You do.
I can draw a crowd.
Yes.
So that wasn't my issue. You just didn't want to hear what I had to say.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
So when you know that you are sharing truth, people will try to silence you.
Mm. And so through that, you fought back by, I'm quite sure it wasn't a verbal confrontation. You just kept pushing, or you just knew that, okay, this message was not for you.
I had to create a plan
Oh,
because
okay.
you have to understand delivery is everything.
Yes.
And the loudest person in the room is not always right.
Mm. Okay.
So I had to create a plan.
Right.
I had to make sure that my plan followed certain policies and procedures. And when the right moment hit, I threw that dart and hit the bullseye.
And see, I think a lot of people listening to the show this morning need to really understand, just because you may be right, you may not be right for that moment. You got to put
Correct.
a plan together to make sure that when you're right, you can prove yourself for being right and be able to move on it. Because what I have realized in this space that we're in is that just because I'm right, the season may not be right, or the person that I'm in front of, it may not be right for them right now.
Correct.
Right. And I think a lot of times proof is in the pudding.
Mhm.
Right. And so to be right, I think you need to be able to, whatever it is, you need to be able to have the attention around what you're doing, because people will follow along as long as they see something is great. But
Yes.
people won't gamble on you, even though it may be a great idea. They won't gamble on you if there's no evidence or facts or analytics behind it.
Correct.
Yeah. So I think, when you're going on, so this is so at that moment, did you know my voice is dope? When you hit the bullseye and you hit it, did you know? Did you go home and like get in the car like my voice dope?
You have that moment where you pop your collar and be like, okay, I was right. It's
Right,
a good
right.
feeling
Mhm.
to know that you're not crazy.
Mhm.
When something is yearning in you and you can't shake it, you can't let it go. I woke up in the middle of the night and I heard it clear as day. My voice is dope.
So did you hear it? Because people say this stuff, right? Like
I heard
did
it.
God come down like,
My
well,
voice is
Lisa?
dope. My voice is dope.
So was it a girl voice or one man voice that said it to you?
It was a strong voice.
Okay.
A
What?
strong voice.
It didn't. You don't.
A strong voice.
What that mean?
A strong voice.
You just heard it.
When you know, you know.
See what I mean? Her voice is dope. So when you woke up the next morning, you heard it. You knew what to do with it.
I knew that I had to put it in action.
Okay.
So all of that writing, all of that, because remember, I wrote this story and I submitted it and I kind of forgot about it. When I received the email saying, congratulations, we've selected your story, we want to publish it, I was like, oh my, I'm like, oh
Right,
my,
right.
Hallmark Mahogany.
Right.
You know, I watched their movies.
Right.
I followed them. I'm like, oh my. And then think about it. It was published on February 29th. That's not even that's a leap year date.
It is.
So all of this for me was very unique. It was very specific. It was very catered to me.
Mhm.
And it meant a lot to me.
So are they turning this into a movie?
No, it's just so there's a community for African American women that Hallmark publishes stories.
Okay.
So you can go, like I said, to hallmarkmahogany.com and you'll see a community of African American women who have published stories.
Okay.
And it's about a variety of things, what's personal to them. So with My Voice is Dope, this is a movement.
Okay.
So with this movement, I'm going to connect with other people and I'm going to help them understand that your voice is your superpower. I want other people to affirm my voice is dope. And let's do whatever you're slowful in doing. I want to see you manifest it.
Wow. So you did all of this, and as people remember, as we was talking, I said, your mom, your wife, your grandmother, your daughter. As you was doing this, did your family embrace what you were doing? Did they know what you were doing? Were you doing this in silence? How did that look?
I was doing it in silence.
Wow. You told nobody.
Because remember, I was going through a season. Honestly, a lot of times people around me don't know what's going on with me.
We don't.
Because I'm the strong one.
Right.
I'm the one that I try to keep it together because I'm encouraging you.
Yes.
I'm telling everybody else it's gonna be okay. It's that's why you gotta check on your strong friends.
So during this time, you was going through depression.
I was suffering in silence. I would smile, in the daytime and cry at night. I would, show up at events. I was still working. I was still having events. I was still supporting others. Nobody really knew until they read that story. And most people was like, Lisa, I didn't know.
I got to tell you, man, I'm sorry because I didn't know. I don't know what I would have done if I knew. Mm-hmm. But, damn. So, what is it? How do you push through? Because I've never suffered with depression. I don't think I have. Mm-hmm.
Depression.
Yeah.
Depression is a mindset.
Is it?
It's where you feel defeated. Mm-hmm. You struggle with thinking that you're going to make it to the other side of whatever you're facing. You battle with giving up. I've never been suicidal, but there were plenty of times that I used to think if I go to sleep and never wake up, I'll be okay.
What?
Yeah. You just feel hopeless. And you have to understand that no matter what you're going through, there's always hope. You have to remind yourself of the last time that you went through something detrimental and remind yourself you're still here. The reason I say it's a mindset because it's a battle of the mind. And I always tell my children that life is 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you react to it. Mm. So what that means is if you convince yourself that you're not going to make it, you won't. But if you remind yourself, I can and I will make it, you will.
Wow. If you guys just locking in right now, locked in the coffee conversations right here, the Filter Coffee Parlor, right here on the South Side. I'm having a conversation that I'm trying to hold back. Whatever the hell is feeling with this wet shit stuff's gonna come down my face right now, but I'm trying to hold this back here. Talking with my good friend Lisa Craig, she's telling me about her voice is dope, but I'm just realizing how dope she really is. Hope you guys are enjoying this conversation. Comment right there in the streams where you guys are watching the show. Share it out with your friends. Grab a cup of coffee because we got a lot more to get into here. I want to go here because I need to pick this volume up here because you got my heart a little heavy this morning. Okay. But again, before I move forward in this conversation, I'm gonna tell you I'm sorry. Because as much as a friend you've been for me over the years, I've always called you when I needed something. Mm-hmm. I always called you when I wanted advice. I very rarely called and said, "Hey sis, how you doing?" Mm-hmm. Now, Christmas time, whatever, I would say, "Hey sis, how you doing?" If I see it was happy anniversary, I would say, that. But I never call often enough to say, "Are you okay?" Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna make a promise to you that at least once a month I'm gonna call in and check on you to make sure you're okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I feel bad about that. For everything you've done for me, man, it's like, wow, you had somebody that was there for you, but you could have at least picked up the phone or sent a text message, and she was, going through some stuff. So I apologize about that. But let's move forward. As your life became doper, right? Mahogany called, hallmarky, right? Little Holly Mark, okay? A little birdie told me that there's something, it's a talk, starts with a TED, that you've been chosen for. And a lot of people have heard it. It's called TED Talks. Mm-hmm. And I think you're doing the next TED Talk here in Birmingham, Alabama, and Alabaster.
Yes.
How in the world did you get the TED Talks, Mel? Okay, talk to your boy about that. I wants to know.
All right. So during this season of my life where I was battling depression at home, everybody YouTubing, and I was watching TED Talks.
Mhm.
And I used to just, TED Talks is a series of talks where people are sharing motivation, because that's what I needed. I needed motivation. So I said one day I want to be a TED Talk speaker.
Mhm.
That's my desire. I'm gonna say it here. One day I will be a speaker. But one night in my late nights, I was on the website and it said, apply to host an event. Why not? I submitted my application. And once again, a few months later, I got an email, congratulations. So I will be hosting the first ever TEDx Alabaster event. So I'm a licensed TEDx host. So what this means is that TEDx is the entity of TED Talks.
Mhm.
So TEDx is a community of different people who host smaller events.
Mhm.
And we'll have speakers, sponsors, guests. It's we have entertainment. I'm very excited because I'm about to make history for the city of Alabaster.
Wow, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Yeah, I seen this. You got to sit up here and I'm like, I'm gonna say it like this here. I'm not gonna say I'm surprised, but I'm happy that it's happening to. It couldn't happen to a better person to do TED Talk. So congratulations on that. So when is it going to be? Have you set up a date yet, or?
So I haven't tentatively set a date, and I want to go back to something.
Sure.
When you shared about I invited you to be a judge, I was the first. I started a franchise in the state of Alabama. I hosted the first Alabama Plus America pageant.
You did.
So I don't know. I think I have this thing for firsts. I just love the adrenaline of saying I was the first. So that was something else. That was how we, cross paths.
Right.
But with TEDx Alabaster, it will be this year, later this year. The date is not tentative. You can go to TEDxalabaster.com, get all the information. Right now, we have a few sponsors. MailChimp is one of my sponsors.
Okay, look at you.
So we're in the infancy planning stages, but I'm very excited because this will be a platform once again for me to help others understand that their voice is their superpower.
Well, let me ask you this. Is there anything else, people listening, right, that we as people in Alabama can help you with this TED Talk to make it be successful? What can we do for you? Do you need like a location? Do you need more sponsors? Do you need people? What do you need?
Since it's TEDx Alabaster, we will host it in the city of Alabaster.
Okay.
So if anybody is watching, listening, if you are in the city of Alabaster, we are looking for a location.
Okay.
So we are looking for a location, but any surrounding areas can participate. If you would like to be a sponsor, this is an international platform. So if you want to be a sponsor, we are looking for volunteers. If you want to volunteer to help work the event, if you would like to join the event, we'll be selling tickets, but you can continue to monitor the website, and then you can send an email to Lisa@TEDxalabaster.com.
Lisa
at TEDxalabaster.com.
Well, there y'all have it, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all lock it into Lisa. Yeah, if y'all want to help, if you can help, go ahead and help her be dope. You can be dope too. People help dope people.
Right with us.
Dope people help dope people.
If you're interested in being a speaker.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to live in the city of Alabaster to be a speaker, to volunteer. We just have to host the event in Alabaster. But anybody else, because we're getting interest from surrounding states.
Wow.
But hey, let's show up in Alabama. You will be a part of history.
Well,
on a national platform.
I like to be a speaker.
Okay.
I like to be
as
a
long
speaker.
as you slow down, we're good.
I don't know. I don't know if I can slow down. I try to slow down just a tad bit, but I'm gonna talk a little bit fast. Hopefully, everybody understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But we're very proud of you for everything that you're out there doing. Now, I want to go back to your story just a tad bit here.
Okay.
Because because you know it's conversations.
Okay.
You enjoying the conversation so
I
far?
am with my hot chocolate.
Yeah, how's the hot chocolate? Is it
It
good?
is delicious.
You know, here at the Filter Coffee Pot, they have some of the best stuff here. So you drank the hot chocolate this morning. I am drinking the butterscotch, salty butterscotch coffee, which I drink every week with the oat milk to it.
Okay.
You guys got to come out and get it.
Oat milk.
Mhm.
Okay. Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got to keep this body of mine. I got to keep me looking good.
All right.
But I want to ask you something. So, been through all this. Your voice is dope.
Mhm.
You dope. You doing dope stuff.
Mhm.
Looking back, right? What would Lisa tell that woman? Yeah.
Mhm. Okay.
What would Lisa tell that woman that was in that dark space when things was going when you was going through it? Now that you, like you said, you always say you're on the other side now, right?
Mhm.
What would you say to her?
Stop allowing people to get in your head. It's never as bad as it looks, and you will get through this.
Wow. Because a lot of women listen to the show today, and there's a lot of things going on in our society where there's a push and a pull. And I'm just going to speak from a woman's perspective right now, that women have gained so much. And then you see where we are afraid that women are going to lose some of this ground because of certain things happening in our society. That sort of seems like it's out of our control. With these things happening now, and I'm speaking for the younger generation, right? What would you say for the younger generation that's pushing that we have achieved so much as a country, as a society? It's so easy for women, we just want to stay there. It can be given back. You can take 2 steps back, because there was a time in this country where people may not remember this. Women couldn't vote, regardless of your ethnicity. You couldn't vote. There was a time in this country where women it was frowned upon if you worked, right? There was a time in this country that where men went out and made the money, and you came home, you were domestically tied to the house, the kids, and things like that. Being in 2025, right? What would you say to the younger generation? Because you guys became, our grandmothers, your grandmothers, they worked hard, became educated, got the skill set, right? Built companies, built a alliance of what it means to be a woman in society. Now, let me know if I'm wrong with this. I see now, sis, that some women are not having the education, not able to read when they get out of school, not going through the college, don't have the skill set, don't care about voting, right? Is this a problem going forward in the society for women, or is it we're forging a new way women are going to live in society? I know that's a lot there, but
yeah, that was a lot. I'm processing. So I think in today's society, one of the biggest things is community. Growing up, we had a village.
Yes.
Do you remember back in the day? Now, don't get me wrong, we did our dirt when we were young. But if grandma now or an elder or an adult walked up, you're gonna straighten up like a ironing board.
Right.
Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, and I would say to our young people today, tap into wisdom. That wisdom means that you have someone, your elder, that's sharing what they've been through, so you don't have to go through that.
But do we do that now, though?
No,
because we don't. I'm sorry, sis, but we don't have. You're not. I don't look at you being big mama. I look at you. I look at you being dope.
Yes.
Big mama back in the day was
correct. We don't have that.
Y'all want to be called G mama.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm Gigi.
You see what I'm saying? So when you're talking with your grandbabies, are you talking? You know what I'm saying?
Always. Now I'm gonna share.
Okay.
Even though I'm Gigi, I will always share my wisdom. I will always guide. I'm gonna always instruct. But ladies, here's what I would say that I have observed. Because of our hurt, because of our disappointment, we're trying to be masculine. We're trying to be so independent. God didn't create us like that. Now we're forced to do it, but we got to stop. We're in this mindset that I don't need no man for nothing. That's not true. We just hadn't had the right ones come in our life. We have to acknowledge that. but we don't have to be masculine. We weren't created to be masculine. And that's why it's hard for men, single men. And maybe we could have this conversation and you could tell me, being single, when you're meeting women, do you notice that the woman from jump will make it known, I don't need you for nothing?
Yes.
That's hurt.
Is it?
That's hurt. Because we're not allowing ourselves to heal.
So when a woman says that to me without, then, and that's her
from the jump, and she say that from you in the first few conversations.
Yes,
she's letting you know. Because honestly, women, if we be honest with ourselves, we do need you. We need you for a lot. We want you for a lot. But if you coming off from jump talking about what you don't need, it's still some healing that needs to take place.
Okay. I get that often, like you would say, like, maybe not right at the jump, but it comes to a point where when you are having a conversation, a woman would definitely let you know that they don't need you, or, I'm good with it without you. And
so how do you feel? Pause right there. How do you feel about that statement? When you hear that, how does it make you feel as a man? When you hear that, how does that make you feel? Is it like, okay,
I'm going to be honest. It really depends on the type of woman it's coming from and how she said it.
So what do you mean, the type of woman?
Like, if I know it's a woman that can hold her own, right, and she says that to me, she's letting me know that, bro, I ain't for no job. Right. Either you're going to treat me right or you're not, or I'm out of here. I don't need you for anything. I'm good. But if you want to be a part of my life, you can be. So when I see a woman says that to me, as a man that's a mature guy, I know to handle my business, right? Don't play with her. Because
she set a boundary.
Yes, for me, it means don't play with me.
Okay.
Now, if that same woman continues to throw that out there at me, that's different.
Okay.
But in the beginning, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, because I look around, you good, right? You were good. You are good without me. You don't need me, right? So you allow me to be. I feel like I'm VIP if I'm in your space. You allow me to spend time with you. Okay. You allow me to talk to you, right? So you kind of put me on the list, like, okay, dude, I'm allowing you to be here. Don't screw this up, right?
Okay.
And
that's
I'm cool
a good
with
viewpoint.
And I'm like I said in the beginning.
So it's never been offensive.
Like I said, it depends on the person.
Okay.
Depends on how she says it. Like so what was the comedian Simone say? If you handling your business, you can talk to me crazy. But if you're not handling your business, shut your mouth. Right? Same thing for a man, right? Okay. When I look at you, if you're handling your business, I'm gonna allow you that lead way to talk to me, because I need a strong woman in my life anyway, right? Okay. But if I look around and you ain't that, and you saying anything crazy to me, right? I'm looking at you like, you shut your mouth, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, whatever. I'm not going to pay you attention. So it really depends on the woman. But you do have those women that do have everything, that don't need a man for life. That if she continues to say that, now I'm feeling a certain kind of way. Because now what you're telling me is that you don't have space for me. Now what you're telling me that, okay, you really don't need me. And so now I'm looking at you like, what am I, chopped liver? I don't need you either. You got this twisted, right? Now you got me effed up because I was doing good before you too. So I don't need you to keep telling me, you know what I'm saying, what you don't need. Because obviously you're here. You allowed me in your space. And my mindset now changes, right? Because now you said to me too many times, right? So now you're sending a different message to me. So now the benefit of the doubt has left. So like I said, it really depends on the woman, the context. A woman who got her stuff together, I think she can say that. But I'll say this for women who don't have your stuff together, talking to a guy that got his stuff together, shut your mouth.
So do you want to feel needed or wanted?
Both. Okay. Because I'm still in this from a guy was on the Pivot podcast. But I'm still in his phrase, but I love it. I want a co-pilot, not a passenger.
Okay.
Right. So as I build my empire, my media empire, I need you to be able to, at least I need you to be able to lead it. I need you to be able to lead me, right? So I need you to be able to drive that plane. If I go down, we still good because my baby got it. If you're a passenger, and you trying to get up in the cockpit and trying to lead this plane, you ain't no damn good to me. You see what I'm saying?
That's good.
So if you
That's
ain't
good.
for my woman, I need a woman that's gonna be my co-pilot. I don't need a passenger in aisle 3EE. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You ain't with me. You see what I'm saying? You back there chilling with everybody else. No, that cockpit is closed for a reason. Two people, right? We driving this plane. Everything else, everybody else is passengers watching what we do. You see what I'm saying? How we fly this thing together.
I like that.
If you ain't on board with me like that right there, I don't want you. Again, you need to be a co-pilot, which means that you have to have a certain stature. You got to have a certain way. And when you look over there to the left or the right and you tell me what to do, I better listen, because you're not my friend. You're my co-pilot. You're my lover. You're the lead of my life. So yes, I will let you lead me. A good woman can lead your locket. I will shut my mouth at any time. You know me. I got friends. I'm tough. But if you came to me, Joe, what's this? I'm gonna pipe down. So
that's true. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's good conversation.
So I think it just all depends on for a man that's a manly man like myself. Women just have to know how to read the room, like a man have to know how to read the room with a woman, because y'all have been hurt, y'all have been put in spaces where you had to be masculine, and you're not going to want to give me your world, your heart, not knowing that. As a man, I'm supposed to already know how to drive the plane, and I can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you let your guard down, it's easy for a man to let his guard down and pick it back up. What men don't realize.
Wait a minute, say that again. So it's easy for what?
It's easy for a man to let his guard down and pick it back up.
Okay.
I'm a man.
Explain that.
Because I'm a man, right? If I drop the weight, I can pick it back up again.
Okay.
I'm strong enough to pick it back up each and every time. I can squat that 300 pounds 4, 5, 10 times. I can do it next year, even without warming up.
Okay.
You can't.
Oh, okay.
Once you drop that weight,
that's
right,
deep.
And you trust me, you start to lose the strength or even the ability to think about that. I may have to pick that weight up again. If you didn't drop that dead weight, right, a year later, and you depended on me, now you got to pick that weight up again. A man don't realize, right, what you have to do to get ready to pick that weight up and put it back on your back again. For me, I can just do it like this because I'm a man. See, you walked in my road, but you're not that road. You'll never be me. Right? No matter how much you I appreciate it. But no matter how much you tell me that you can be me, you'll never be me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how tough or how alpha you may be. If people say you act like a man, you'll never be a man. Like I could never be a woman. I'll never be a boy child. I don't want to. I would never try to walk your road. But sometimes women think they can be me. And that's why I always laugh. Right? Because yes, your household, your finances, everything says you're gonna be, but you know how hard you have to work to do that? I can do that with my eyes closed.
That's good.
And that's just real talk. Yeah, a real man will tell you that. Yes, you can be me. But what it takes you so much, the energy it takes you to do that. I wake up in the morning to do that for breakfast. You see what I'm saying? So you would never be me. But what you do as a woman, right? You wake up in the morning and do that for breakfast too. And I can say, well, I can go in there and wash and clean, but still not like you do it. So I think we have to make sure we give each other the latitude, right?
Compliment each other.
Exactly. And again, like I said, understanding, right? In that cockpit, if the plane go down, it's because of us. When a marriage goes down, think about it. It's because those two people in the cockpit messed up the whole thing.
Yeah.
You didn't operate in it. A plane would never fly right if both of y'all ain't doing the same thing to make that plane fly right. That makes sense?
Yes.
I hope people listen to this. That makes sense to them when you're talking about a relationship, right? If you in that same cockpit, everybody have to be on the same page of the destination, how the plane gonna fly, how high, how low. You can't. It can't be, I'm gonna do this and you gonna do this. That plane ain't gonna get there. It's gonna crash.
That's good. That's a good analogy.
Right. And so what happens is in a relationship, right? You got two people sitting in the cockpit trying to drive to a destination, and they haven't really said where we going, how we gonna fly this plane, who's gonna do this, who's gonna do this, how we gonna act when we get a little bit of turbulence. Because even though with turbulence comes, you still got to hold that plane what? Or what happens? It crashes. Right. So at the end of the day, I think when men and women get together, you have to understand is on this plane, baby, are you going to take a back seat today? Are you going to stay in the cockpit with me? Now, I don't mind you, baby, honestly. If you want to take a day off and put your stuff on autopilot over there and tell me to handle it, I got you. Because I love you. Go sit back in the plane, relax, watch a movie.
Okay.
But some days I need you to do that for me too. I need you to be able to drive this whole plane, right? Be okay with it, not use it against me, not call me weak, not call me whatever, but let me take some time off too and go back and chill.
Okay. So some days you need her to do it too. Do
Mhm.
you express that?
I think men should.
Okay.
And we should be able to we should be able to express that we're not always strong every day.
Okay.
Even though I can pick up that weight easily, right? Don't mean I want to.
Because I think that's the need. We need the men to express that I need you to take over today.
But I need you women, great conversation, but I need you women to be okay with me asking you to do that and not looking at me as being weak or using it against me when you did it or expecting me to pay double the price when I get back in the cockpit.
Okay. Okay. That's fair.
You
That's
know what I
fair.
mean? Because a woman will say, well, that ain't my job.
Okay. So let me ask you this.
Sure.
You expressing that,
Mm.
does it depend on the woman whether or not you will, or would you ever test it to see if that's going to happen?
That's a good question. I think for me now, it definitely depends on you.
Okay.
Because I need you first to be my friend.
Okay.
I need to be able to laugh with you.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be able to cut up with you, right? And you need to be accept me and all this craziness, right? And if I can trust and laugh with you, and we can cut up on the worst days, right? And look at each other and laugh, I can have that conversation with you.
Okay.
But if I feel that I'm fighting for your affection, or I'm fighting for your attention, or I'm fighting to be a man in your life to prove something to you, I never want to be with a woman again ever in my life that I have to prove that I'm a man.
So that means if you feel like that, then you don't have
I'ma
a
shut down.
desire to
I'ma
be
shut down.
vulnerable.
I'm gonna shut down
Okay.
because I
So
know
tell me how shutting down looks. What does that
I
mean?
ignore you. I hear you, but I
Mm.
don't say nothing. I'm quiet most of the time. I'm doing what I need to do. I'm going through the motions. I'm there, but
So
I'm
why
not.
not have a conversation?
Because somewhere along the lines, me and you lost that ability to have that conversation. It goes back to the same thing, and I don't want to talk about it no more. You're gonna go back to your same viewpoint of me, right? I'm gonna go to my same viewpoint of you. The conversation gets old. I don't want to lose you, but it ain't gonna never work. It ain't gonna
See,
never
but you
change.
just said something very powerful.
Mhm.
Listen to what you just said. I don't want to lose you, but
Mhm.
so you not want to lose her, but you're not willing to have the conversation. You're going in a circle,
But
a
y'all,
never-ending circle.
which I have still told myself I'm okay with because I love you enough to do that.
Okay, but that circle, because think
Mhm.
about it. When you're going through a circle,
Mhm.
there's no destination.
But the destination for you, for me, the destination is you're my wife. This is what it's going to be. I accept that. I accept that, right? And for whatever this case may be, this is what this is going to be. I love her enough to go through it because I don't want to go through this with nobody else.
But it'll never change.
Like I just said, this is the man boy. I have resolved to myself that this is enough for me.
That's a problem.
No, it's a problem for you. It's not a problem for me. I'm just being honest.
But okay, let's talk about it. It's a problem for her. It's not a problem for him.
Mhm.
But the relationship is not progressing. It's not going anywhere.
As a man looks, if you're getting there cooking, cleaning, doing what you gotta go through, we doing all the boom boom where we hanging out, whatever. Our life is this.
Okay, so if she was because most women can sense
Mhm.
when this is going on.
Right.
So if she was to come to you and hey baby, I'm noticing we kind of disconnected. Is
Mhm.
everything okay?
Mhm.
You still would just be like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I'm gonna make a decision for you not to have, because I don't want to have a dumbass conversation with you because I already know what it's gonna be. No, you're laughing, but you ask me a question. You want the real answer. A man is not gonna have a man is not gonna have a redundant conversation that I know the answer to.
Yeah, I need somebody in the comments to come in on this one because
Yeah,
I'm
but I'm saying, men, we're not gonna have a redundant conversation that it's gonna be the same thing. So, like I say, if I don't want to be with you, I'm not gonna be with you. If I want to be, then I resolve that this is what we are. Because what I gotta look at is everything that she brings, her pros and cons is what a man weighs, right?
Mhm.
If your cons is very little, and I have to deal with that, versus what I got to go ahead and find a new woman, start all over again, right? And all this other stuff. I am not going to argue with you about this stuff that you want to get into an argument about that's important to you. I'm gonna let you get away with it. I'm gonna say, baby, I love you. Okay, what is you want to talk about? I'm gonna be
But is she arguing or trying to have a conversation?
for you, you're having a conversation. For me, it sounds like an argument. No, seriously.
Okay.
Yeah. It sounds like you want to argue. You're not
Because I want to talk.
because you want to talk about something that we already know the answer to. Right? Because you got a point that you
But
want to
the
get
answer
to.
could never change in a conversation.
It hasn't changed in 10 years, baby. It hasn't changed in 3 years. It hasn't changed in 5 years. We've had this conversation.
So 10 years later, we're still unable to mutually come to an understanding with a conversation.
You are.
Let's talk about that.
Okay, but what I'm going to say here, Lisa, is you keep saying we, but this is singular. I'm okay. You're not.
But are you okay?
Yes.
But you're okay because you've resolved that you want to be here.
Yes. Yes. As a man, we do.
Can I look? What can somebody come in on the comments? Because I feel like I'm on a Ferris wheel right now.
But because you want to keep going. Because again, you're not hearing what I just said, right? You're not accepting my answer, right? When I tell you that I'm okay, you guys understand.
Are you happy?
Yes. You got to understand a man goes through life, right? And I settle in my mind what I have to do as a man, right? For my family. I'm used to this, right? I'm used to putting things on the back burner and being okay with whatever it got to go be. I don't have to have the perfect thing or that one little thing that I want, because 9 times out of 10 as a man, I'm not going to get it if I got a family. So I'm okay with it. You are not, because guess what? When you don't want something, you can pout. I'm going to move. The kids going to move. The world going to move around you. When I pout, y'all don't move. The world don't move outside for me. Think about what I'm saying now. The world don't move for me. I have to move the world. When I come home, I'm not trying to move anything here.
That sounds so heavy for you.
But that's what it is.
It just made me feel like you need a hug.
Thank you. Give me one after the show. Because
honestly, but see, this is what I mean by my heart just goes out to men, because when I hear you say this, that doesn't sound like happiness.
But you have to understand, was my happiness.
Exactly. It sounds like acceptance. And I don't want you to accept. I don't want you to be with me or be in a relationship and you're accepting that I don't want to start over.
Okay, so
I want you to be in a relationship and be with me because you're happy to come home to me. You look forward to having conversations with me. You enjoy exploring new things with me. You love calling me and telling me, baby, I just heard about this new so-and-so. I want us to do this together. We're experiencing all these firsts together. Not, I mean, I've accepted that, we're going to be till death do us part. And I mean, we just going to be together.
So let me say this to you. Okay, but listen to what you just said, right? Now, stay right there.
Okay.
When something happens to me, and I'm in this mood, who the first person I call? My wife.
Okay.
When something goes great for me at work, who the first person I'm going to call? My wife.
Okay.
Right. Regardless of all this other stuff you're saying, you still my wife.
So she's still your friend.
She's still my wife. I still love her. She's still going to be the first on everything.
Out of habit?
No, because I love her. No, because I love her.
Okay.
I love you. That's why I'm here. When a man stops loving you, we leave, we cheat. If I am still there.
Oh, wait, hold up. So when they cheat, they don't love you?
No.
Wow.
No.
I ain't never heard a man say that.
If I cheat on you, I don't love you. I've disrespected you. I've desecrated our marriage. So at some point, I don't have a respect for myself. Or I ain't got respect for you. Whatever the reason may be, I don't love you.
Okay. All right.
I can't cheat on somebody that I love. Do I cheat on my kids with other kids?
Okay.
I'm serious. When a person cheats, they cheat, right? So why do you cheat? You cheat because you're not happy. You can go out and cheat on somebody when you don't care that at the end of the day, if I get caught, it is going to be what it's be. A man make a conscious decision. If I get caught, he already know what it is. She going to divorce him or leave him. And I'm okay with that. So I can't love you that much if I'm willing to put that marriage or put you at risk. I can make a mistake, right? But you got to think about to yourself the price that I have to pay. A man always weighs the consequences. I pay the price, right? But the price that as you get mature, sometimes when you're dumb, you make dumb mistakes. But when you get more mature, you get my age, I have weighed the cost. Trust me, I don't just go out there just to cheat. If I get caught, I'm okay with getting caught. I don't want to get caught, but I'm okay with it. And so if I get caught and I lose you, I knew that was the price to pay for whatever I did, and I'm okay with it. And any man to sit there and tell you that he's not, that's a lie.
Okay. Okay. That was a good conversation. I don't know if we got anywhere, but that was a good conversation.
But I think what I'm hearing from you though, sis, and we're gonna close this out here. One of my dear friends just walked into the coffee shop here. Shar, she's beautiful. She will just be one of my interns.
Okay.
But she's doing phenomenal things. They'll love to get her on the show. But I want to say this here for you and women like yourself, right? Stop trying to make me perfect.
Okay.
For you.
Okay.
For what you want to see, right? If I love you, I love you.
Okay.
Let me love you the way that I need to love you. Don't make me try to love you the way you want me to see it. Because women have a vision or a version of me that you want to see. I have evolved. My responsibilities to you and this family is different now than it was when I was dating you.
Okay.
Right? You get to see me through those lenses. Now, do I need to be your friend? Do I need to date you? Do I need to talk to you? Do I need to do all these different things? Yes. Help me do that. Don't talk to me about it. Don't have the conversation. I don't give a damn.
So give me an example of that. What do you mean help you?
Okay, let me say this first. Women, men don't give a damn about your conversation most times. We do not. Okay. We go more by action. Right. So instead of you trying to talk to me and convince me that you did this is the right way to do it, and this is what we need, because that's all about you. You ain't got a damn thing to do me because I never actually do it. Just being honest, I didn't. You want to have this conversation with me. You want to change the way we walk around, the way we talk, and the way we do things, and the way we travel. You want me to feel a certain way. Damn it, I'm okay. I ain't never told you I felt bad. Right? I told you I was okay. So when I'm sitting there through this whole conversation, right? When you saying I want you to be okay in my mind, well, you know what I'm saying to you? Why are we having this conversation? I never said one time. Show me the text messages that I sent you, the emails that I said I was feeling bad. Did the bills get paid? The lights on? We good? What we talking about here? Oh, she got a little thing. She's been watching some kind of movie or something, right? Or she done heard something on the show. This is what we say to ourselves, right? So I would say this to women listening to the show, even for Valentine's Day, right? Stop talking to us, right? And be my wife. Be the wife that you think that you need to be for me. I will be more for you. And meaning what women don't do, if they don't see what they want from their man, they back up and do less, right? Which puts the man more in sort of a cocoon. But if you got a good man and you just start to do not big things, but small things, whatever it is that he likes, stuff he likes, whether it's extra bacon or whatever, or you just going, you know what I'm saying, and making sure that my home life or whatever is easy. For example, if something when I go to work that I always forget, but then you start to make sure that I have it, right? Or when I get in my car, you didn't fill up my car with gas. You done something like that.
Do it.
Listen to what I'm just saying. Some stuff that you would not normally do that's really simple. Like you borrowed the car, you driving my car.
Oh, okay.
You feel
I borrowed the car.
Okay, but let's see. This is what I'm saying. Y'all want us to think outside the box. I'm just telling women sometimes, right? When you married to your husband, find a way. I don't care what it is to make his life easier on a continuous basis that you mean it from your heart that you want his life to be easier. I'm going to see that the man in me is going to want to do what? More for you.
Okay.
That makes sense?
That's
because
fair.
You're showing me, right? You're going out of your way. When you got a good man and he see that you're going above me, damn, look at my wife. She thought about me today. I'm going to smile at that little way, you know what I'm saying, in the car or whatever you just did for me, right? And I see you keep doing that and you trying. A good man don't have no choice but to do what? Do better.
So what I heard you say is that men like to see acts of service.
I don't know what your man desire. You know your man. So whatever that may be for your lifestyle with your man, stop waiting for him to act right before you do your part. If you're married to this guy, right? And you got a damn good man, but this little part here, you want him to do better. You do better. Small. I ain't
the change that you want to see.
Yes. And I will.
That's fair.
A good man would step up to the plate. He would see it and he would be better, right? Okay. You don't have to say nothing to a man. A man will see something get bad to a point. He'd be like, okay, I'm going to fix that because, I'm finna go handle it. That's fair. Right? So I think a lot of times women they want, because you're the man, you're supposed to be able to do this. And I'm like, as long as the roof ain't leaking and is up, it's going to be okay. Right? If it breaks down, I'll fix it. But y'all want the roof to be looking a certain way so it never gets broke.
Okay.
That makes sense?
I can see that. I can see that.
I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation.
It was
Does
a good
anything?
conversation.
Well, bring your coffee cup in. Bring your mug. In. I want to thank you for having coffee and conversation with your boy.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Thank
for
you for
that.
having me.
So if people want to find more about you, where can they find you at?
You can go to TEDxalabaster.com. You can send an email to Lisa@TEDxalabaster.com. And I hope that you guys check out my story. My voice is dope on Hallmark Mahogany website.
Sis, a pleasure. Love talking with you. Enjoyed the conversation.
Always.
Hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. And y'all have a happy Valentine's Day with your mate. And hopefully some of the stuff that we said to help you out with your relationship. We'll see you see you guys next time on Coffee and Conversations with Joe Lockett. Right here, the Filter Coffee Pod. Have a great day. Enjoy your coffee.